a fan of AEW because AEW is fun. I haven't really seen a lot of wrestling that is as fun as AEW in a while. I mean, there's some that's out there, but lately AEW has been in the news a lot. And it actually started with this man, CM Punk. Honestly, guys, in my humble opinion, I don't understand why Tony Khan is still holding on to him. Because in my humble opinion, he's not a big of a draw as he used to be. Before, every time he goes to Chicago fans would go nuts. They would go crazy. CM Punk, CM Punk. But now it's to the point where it's split. And sometimes he even gets booed. Because, let's be honest, this whole thing, this whole feud with them is pathetic. Tony needs to get his house in order. Now, I'm not going to say that he's not a shrewd businessman. He's a good businessman. I mean, the guy has a multi-million-dollar franchise. I mean, he owns his own team. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. The guy's a good businessman, no doubt about that. But when it comes to AEW, there are times that you have to take your fanboy hat off and put your businessman hat on. And in this case with CM Punk, I understand that he is somewhat of a draw, but he's not as big of a draw as you think he is. At least in my opinion, he's not. Now, what made him famous definitely was that huge lawsuit that he had with WWE, the podcast with Colt Cabana, all that controversial, his controversial leaving. That pretty much is what set a lot of stuff off. And let's be honest, the Summer of Punk, when he did that pipe bomb, is what started everything for his career. But he's a bit too power hungry. And from what I've heard, that he had Christopher Daniels sit home because he couldn't have one of his guys, Ace Steel, to be at his side because he was banned after the whole AEW, after the whole brawl out thing, that he actually want him sit home when he's ahead of creative. The thing is, CM Punk is causing a lot of issues in the locker room. Not only bringing down morale, but he's really having a lot of people probably wanting to leave because of his actions and because of his attitude. It doesn't make any sense for you to diminish everyone else's power because let's be honest, at first, how it was set up, you had Kenny Omega, the Bucks, and Cody Rhodes being president alongside with him. He had to take away their roles so he can pretty much focus on everything else, and then they focus on smaller things. Why in the world are you giving CM Punk all this clout? Now, I know a lot of people will probably argue, and they have every right to, that this happened in WWE. It did, especially with Cena. It did with Cena. Now, I'm not going to say it didn't happen anywhere else. It definitely happened with WWE. It's happened with multiple companies. But the one thing that concerns me is I do not want AEW to go the same route as WCW. Now, WCW, they tank because of poor management. They tank because of poor management decisions. That's what caused that company to fail. In this case, you do not want one person to destroy everything that they worked so hard to build. AEW hasn't been around that long. They've been around for nearly 4 years. You want to make it longer, you got to make better decisions. CM Punk, he's not the company will not tank if he's gone. Because they have other people to take his place. You have Bryan Danielson there, probably one of the biggest players in WWE. You have, in my opinion, Jon Moxley, who can make something out of that company. You have other people who can run it. Who can actually be high players in that company and just keep it going, keep the butts in seats. They have other prime players there that can become stars. They can make homegrown stars. They don't really need Punk. And if you have all these issues that are coming from him, you have to reconsider possibly paying his contract off and letting him go. Let him go his own way, but make it amicable. He might make something of it when you leave, but the thing is that you have all the evidence to show that, hey, you did everything you can possibly do. You paid him off, you said it wasn't working, and he just left. And I think that's what needs to happen because this guy doesn't know how to play ball. He is going to pretty much blow his own foot up. Let him. But don't let the company go down with him. I hate to bring this up, but it's been proven true throughout all these years. Vince would not let this stand. To be honest with you, if things got out of hand, he would have put the hammer down. Tony, it's time for you to do the exact same thing. I'm just saying. Tony, it's time to get your affairs in order, and it's time to clean up your house, and it's time to get your house back in order. But that's just my opinion, y'all. What's yours? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'm really curious about what you guys think about this, because I'm really tired of these stories about CM Punk. CM Punk needs to learn how to be a professional. He needs to learn how to actually be a professional wrestler and grow up. That's just me personally. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like what I do, if you like my thoughts on things, definitely subscribe, like this video, as well as share it with your friends. That is it for me. I'll talk to y'all later. Nature Girl 30 out. Peace out.